Hey gods and clods, this is Paul Acevedo of Windows Central, here with a video review of the Razer Mamba wireless gaming mouse. Now the Mamba is not to be confused with the Razer Mamba Tournament Edition, which is a more affordable wired mouse. The Mamba comes in this really nice box, a very large box as computer mice go. Inside of the box, you'll find a metal tin. I was not expecting that. Really nice case here, perfectly appropriate for traveling with the Mamba. Opening the case, we find a nice letter from Razer. You got a manual, some Razer stickers in here. Down here we have the charger, the micro USB cable, and a little screwdriver. Let's get them all out. Now the Mamba is really cool in that it can be used either wired or wirelessly. If we turn it over and look in the back here, there is an on-off switch. You will have to switch it on when you're using it wirelessly and switch it off when you're done. Here's a little recessed area, and that's where it will fit on the charger. And you can see the charging points right there. Front of the mouse has this cool grill design, much like the Mamba Tournament Edition. The shapes of the two mice are basically the same. Whether you're using the Mamba wired or wirelessly, you'll still need Razer's proprietary micro USB cable here. Then over on this end, you have the nice Razer design, and this is a high-quality braided USB cable. Once we've got the cable in, we can plug it in the back of the charging station here. There we go. Charging station lights up, which is really cool. Shares the same lighting pattern as the mouse itself, and that's customizable, of course. Then to charge the mouse, you just kind of set it down on there, and it turns green when it's charging. Fits on there pretty easily. And if the mouse battery is really low, then the charging light will turn red instead of green. And if I don't want to use the Mamba wirelessly, then I can simply plug this cable in here to the mouse, and it becomes a wired mouse. So that option is really cool. There might be times when you just don't want to have to worry about your battery running down, and for those times you can just plug it in there like that. It takes 5 hours to go from empty to a full battery charge using the charger, by the way. That said, plugging the mouse in directly to the computer also charges the battery, so you don't actually have to use the charging station unless you're using it wirelessly. The Mamba features the same basic design as the Mamba Tournament Edition, which has a built-in wire, can't be removed. You can see they have buttons and lights all in the same place, except the Mamba Tournament Edition does not have a light on the Razer logo. Presumably that is to save battery power. Let's look at the buttons. Here on the left you have back and forward buttons, very important for web browsing as well as gaming. Just below that, this nice rubber textured area makes for great grip, and it feels really good to hold. No mouse feels better to hold than the Mamba and Mamba Tournament Edition, in my opinion. On the right hand side there are no buttons, but you have more of that smooth textured rubber grip. Left and right mouse clicks. Here you have sensitivity up and down settings. The Mamba can save up to 5 different DPI settings, which is really cool. The scroll wheel has little rubber ridges, and it clicks nicely when you move it up or down. You can feel it stopping on each ridge. Click it in, that's a mouse button. You can also click it left and right. A lot of apps don't support left and right clicking very well, but it is still a cool feature, and you can customize what it does anyway, so you can make it do something else if you want. Before we talk about the Mamba's adjustable click feature, let's look at its different lighting effects. The Mamba offers 5 different color patterns. You have to use the Razer Synapse software to set up your color profiles. Some people don't like the Synapse software. However, I find it largely unobtrusive. The big thing that annoys certain users is that you can't save your settings directly to the mouse. You do have to create an online profile with the Razer Synapse software. If you already have one, then you wouldn't have to go through that again. You just log into your profile using the free software. It'll download your settings and it'll save your settings on the cloud. I find that pretty convenient. Not as convenient as if you could save everything to the mouse, but so it goes. Now the color effect we have it on right now is called breathing. The light will just pulse up and down. You can have it switch between 1 or 2 different colors, so I've got it on Windows Central blue and pink here. Here is spectrum cycling. It's just going through a lot of different colors. Yellow, green, all the different colors of the rainbow. Static, you can just put it to any single color you want. Here's wave. I really like wave. A wave of color simply flows down the mouse. And you can also make the wave of color flow up instead of down, like so. Finally, you have reactive. With reactive, it simply lights up when you click. And what's really cool is that any Razer Chroma enabled device, such as the Firefly here or Razer keyboards, can also be set to reactive, and then you can just have everything light up at once in sync. And this is a good effect for people who want the mouse to light up when they are firing or doing different things in games. You can control how long it stays lit up and obviously the brightness. Those are some fine lighting effects. But now we want to look at the Mamba's most unique feature, which is its adjustable click force. You can actually control how much force it takes to click the left and right buttons. And to do that, you'll need the tiny little screwdriver that comes with the Mamba. But anyway, you can use it to loosen or tighten either mouse button. So I'm gonna tighten this right mouse button up. I've just tightened it all the way up. We're gonna make sure the left button is completely loosened. There we go, and you can hear a difference in the sound between the tight one and the loose one. They are slightly different. There's just a different amount of force here. So with loose, I can click it rapidly as easily as I want. With this one, there is more resistance when I push it down. So that's a pretty cool effect. It's very unusual for a mouse to give you control over click force. That is a premium feature that you get with the Razer Mamba. The Mamba TE does not have that feature. The Razer Mamba costs $130, although you can get it for less at Amazon, and the Tournament Edition costs $90. So that's a $40 price difference. But you are getting wireless functionality with a light-up base. They didn't have to make it light up, but they did. You have the option to go wired or wirelessly. Very cool feature. You also have one of the best mice ever designed, in my opinion. You've got all the buttons you could possibly need unless you're an MMO player. So left and right mouse clicks, sensitivity up and down, mouse wheel left and right. And this mouse is just so comfortable to hold. The textured grips on the left and right hand side are really great. I haven't found a mouse that feels better in my hand than the Mamba. The Mamba also features Razer's 16,000 DPI mouse sensor, the best mouse sensor currently available. It's so customizable you can actually adjust it in increments of 1 DPI, which is very unusual for a mouse. So you can make it exactly as sensitive or fast as you like. You can save 5 different DPI settings and easily toggle between them at will. So you can have a work setting, gaming settings, all kinds of different functions. It's got excellent performance, beautiful lighting effects, and of course that crazy adjustable click force. Now the differences between the Mamba and the Mamba Tournament Edition are Mamba has wireless option, the Tournament Edition is wired only. The Mamba has the adjustable click force, whereas the Tournament Edition does not. It only has a default click force, although the default is perfectly fine with me. And the Tournament Edition has a light-up Razer logo, whereas the regular Mamba does not, due to the wireless functionality of the mouse. And there's a $40 difference in retail price, but I think that difference is actually really fair considering the wireless functionality and the coolness of the charger. So if you ask me what my favorite mouse so far is, it's unquestionably the Razer Mamba. I really like the wireless option. Wireless mice are very comfortable to use, and the Mamba and Tournament Edition are crazy comfortable anyway. If I didn't want to spend quite so much, I would get the Tournament Edition instead. Even the Tournament Edition is a little pricey as mice go, but you have more features than you could ever need with these things. They're so comfortable to hold, and they have excellent gaming and work performance. Thanks for watching. Read my full review of the Razer Mamba and the Razer Mamba Tournament Edition at windowscentral.com. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.